What's up, legends? I just got out of the shower and I read this comment and I just have to rant a little bit. So basically, my sister just had her first baby, but I went no contact with my abusive parents 2 months ago, and people are making all kinds of assumptions, but this viewpoint really bothers me. This comment says, "Get over it with your parents. Forgive and pray for them. One day they will die and you will be left with regrets." This whole no contact thing this generation is doing is diabolical nonsense. Yeah, your parents aren't perfect and probably made a lot of mistakes while raising you. So what? Every parent makes mistakes. Talk to them and tell them your heart, and learn to forgive. Forgiveness doesn't excuse the offense, but rather gives you peace within. Ask God to change them and watch something great happen through prayer. That's it. Praying for people? Fine. Trying to have a heart-to-heart with people? Fine. I've done all of that for years. But it's at the point now where it's hard to forgive people who don't apologize. And yeah, everyone makes mistakes. I make mistakes every single day. I've made mistakes with my parents, and I feel really guilty sometimes for things I've said to them. However, it was not a mistake when my dad locked me in a closet. It was not a mistake when my dad would repeatedly threaten to burn the house down. It was not a mistake when my dad would get upset and come loom over me as a child and bring his fist back like this to make me fear that he was going to punch me in the face. It was not a mistake all the times that he's grabbed me by the neck and thrown me around, or grabbed me by the ankles and yanked me off the couch. It was not a mistake all the times he verbally abused me, and it was not a mistake all the times he sexualized me. These things are not mistakes. I'm sorry. Normally disagreements don't really bother me like this, but what is wrong with these older people thinking that child is just making mistakes? To this day, I am claustrophobic. To this day, if my boyfriend raises his arm around me, he could just be like reaching up to the cupboard to grab something. I will have a panic attack and break down crying. These are not mistakes. And it's not a mistake that my mom let it happen. It's not a mistake that my mom stayed with the man that was abusing me because it was easier for her, because he could take care of me while she was gone doing all weekend. Take care of me. And it's not a mistake that even though the abuse continues to this day, she still stays with him. But when he explodes on me, something happens, she apologizes on his behalf because Lord knows he's not going to do it. And she's like, "He should never treat you like that. That's so abusive. I'm so sorry." And it's like, yeah, well, he's been doing this since I was 2. That's almost 30 years. And you're still choosing this. And it wasn't a mistake when my mom would know what was happening and still leave me in his care despite me crying and pleading and begging for her to not leave me with him. But she would just say, "It's okay, if anything happens, you just call CPS or 911. And that was it. She'd drop me off and she'd be gone for like 4 days. No way to contact her because she was doing this. That's not a mistake. And I understand addiction is a very real thing, and that's not the problem I have. She's been clean and sober for several years now, and she still is with this man that is still abusing me. I don't think addiction is an excuse to let your child be. Let me be clear. And these people refuse to get therapy. They refuse to get help. They refuse to even acknowledge what they've done and refuse to apologize. Well, my dad does, because my dad is a narcissist. These are not mistakes. And to be honest, I should have gone no contact a long time ago. I chose to be homeless before rather than go back to their. And honestly, these last 2 months that I've been no contact with them, I have become so much happier and more confident. I just don't want my sister's baby to grow up in a similar environment and feel like she has no one like I did. I never want anyone to feel like I did. So I am willing to try to be in this baby's life, because as apparently the only adult who is willing to break the cycle and try to improve. I'm sorry, I need to go calm down. It's not even just a personal thing. I'm just tired of people who were very as children getting these accusations and guilt trips dumped on them. They're trying to heal. We're all just trying to heal. We're trying to be better. We're trying to do better. And just stop making assumptions. I cry so often. I cry myself to sleep many, many nights, still to this day, sobbing from the depths of my soul because I want my mommy. Because there's a wounded little girl inside of me. Actually, it just is me. This whole adult facade, that's just what it is, a facade. I want my mommy. I want my dad to love me. I want my parents. I'm sorry, I'm getting really emotional. Also, because I know people are going to bring it up. Yes, obviously, 2 months ago I knew my sister was going to have a baby soon. What happened 2 months ago was I went down to stay with my family to help with my sister's baby shower and to visit with my dad on Father's Day for the first time in years because I've been too afraid to. But I really wanted to try because I do love my family and I do miss my family, and I wanted to mend our relationship for all of us, but mostly for this baby. I was hoping like we could all come together and work on ourselves for each other. But on Father's Day, my dad became so abusive to me that the cops were almost called and I had to get the heck out of there. And that's when I realized I'm the only one making an effort. I'm the one in therapy. I'm the one reaching out trying to mend our relationship. But with them, it's the same old cycles. And I do not feel safe. Because I'm not. When I'm around my parents. I don't know if maybe my boyfriend being around could have prevented him acting like that, because he doesn't usually act like that around outsiders. Classic narcissist. But yeah, it's very unfortunate timing. But I really want to be in this baby's life because I don't want her to grow up around these toxic people and not know stability and unconditional love, and I don't want her to feel alone like I did, because I grew up with no one after my grandparents died, and I felt like nobody loved me. And if I'm the only person that can help her to grow up knowing that she's loved and helping her to develop her self-worth, I am willing to find a way to be in her life despite the stress and fear my parents cause me, because I just want to love everyone. I want to love my parents too. They just don't want to accept it. And I think that's the part that people really have a hard time understanding.